So, welcome to the Who Universe news, and we're going to start. We're going to obviously get straight to it because we finally have the episode titles for the new season of Doctor Who, as well as a new guest star that's been announced. And we've also seen pre-orders go up for the official Doctor Who calendar for 2025. That's now gone up for pre-order as of this past weekend in preparation for its release this autumn. For those who want to get ready for this year's for the 2025 calendars and annuals, they're going to be rolling out at the end of the year. So it's pretty nice that they're starting to get things ready for autumn already for Doctor Who. So with that said, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's begin, shall we? So we're going to start off by mentioning the new guest star that we have pictured here. It's Gordia is the name. She's going to be joining the TARDIS crew, presumably in the first episode of the new series. But yeah, she's going to be playing a character called Josia, who will be appearing in the series along with the Doctor and Ruby, and well, shooting Atwer and Millie Gibson throughout their first season together in Doctor Who. So yes, it's really cool that we're going to be catching up with her. She'll be popping up alongside them in the series. She'll probably be in the first episode. So yeah, that's pretty cool that we're going to have a star from Bridgerton basically joining, or pretty much from Bridgerton, who's going to be involved in Doctor Who for this year, which is pretty nice. So now we've got that guest star finally out of the way, we might as well discuss about the new episode. Well, the episode titles and writers and directors that have been announced for each of the episodes as they start rolling out from the 11th of May, 2024. So the first two episodes that we're going to be seeing available on BBC iPlayer that very day. The first one's going to be called Space Babies, written by Russell T Davies, and it's been directed by Julie Ann Robinson, who's also going to be directing the third episode, which you'll find out who's writing that episode very shortly. So yes, this is going to be the episode that will also air on BBC One that very night on the 11th of May. We haven't got time slots yet, but I'm sure we'll find that out very soon. And then, of course, the second episode that's going to be on iPlayer on the 11th of May is going to be Devil's Core. This is the Beatles episode with Julia Moonson from Drag's Race being labelled as the Doctor's most powerful enemy yet. Where they actually go and meet the Beatles in the Devil's Core, written by Russell T Davies and directed by Ben Schellers, who's going to be making his directing debut to Doctor Who by helping Russell T Davies bring the Devil's Core to life. So these are the two episodes that are going to be available on BBC iPlayer and Disney Plus. Are going to be available on BBC iPlayer to open up the series on BBC iPlayer, which is pretty nice. And then we've got the third episode, which is going to be which is called Boom, written by a certain Stephen Moffat, who we know is returning. He's definitely writing the third episode, just like he did in 2005 when the show was brought back as part of that revival series, the revival Doctor Who that we saw in 2005. Moffat wrote the third episode back then. He's doing it again here in 2024, and he's obviously joined by director Julie Ann Robinson for the episode Boom. And then Russell T Davies is back on the writing chair again for the fourth episode called 73 Yards with a new director, Dylan Home Williams, who's going to be taking the throne for the director's chair for this episode, as well as the next episode, which is Dot and Bubble, which is going to make up that's going to basically make up episode 5, as Russell T Davies will be writing episode 5, and then Dylan will be directing that episode as well. And then we have episode 6, which is called Roger, and it's written by two new writers, a duo writer, should I say. Kate Herron and Bonzi Redmond are going to be making their writing debuts in Doctor Who, directed by Ben Schillers, who's also going to be directing the 6th episode, Roger. And then the final two episodes that have been confirmed to be a two-parter are going to be called the first part, which is episode 7, referred to as The Legend of Ruby Sunday, written by Russell T Davies and directed by James Dogger, who's also going to be making his directing debut. And then, of course, the same writer and director, Russell T Davies and Jamie, will be obviously Russell writing, Jamie directing for the final episode, Empire of Death, which is going to be episode 8 of season 1. So there you go. So Doctor Who season 1 is going to be ending with the Empire of Death, which I think is kind of hinted towards the return of possibly Cybermen, maybe Daleks, possibly involved in that finale for Ncuti Gatwa's first series as the 15th Doctor, which I wouldn't be surprised if this is indeed leading to the return of the Daleks in some way, which I think kind of makes sense, really, considering the Daleks haven't been used since Jodie's farewell, pretty much. So if they want to use it and want to make a redesign, go for it. But we'll find out soon enough who are going to be involved in that finale soon, and maybe we'll get some hints as to who the enemies could be for the final 2 episodes of the series. But nevertheless, that is what we can look forward to from Doctor Who from May 11th. All those episodes are going to be coming, and they're the episode titles for all 8 episodes of this season 1. So that's the news about the series at the forefront, and now we've got some merchandise that's also been added to that list, which includes the Doctor Who magazine. They called up with Millie Gibson for this issue, where they chat about. They actually went on set and spoke to her during the filming of this this year's series. Or in fact, they actually caught up with her when they were filming scenes for next year's series as well. So we do get to hear from her about this series and playing Ruby Sunday. They also have a chance to talk about William Hartnell talking to the Scottish press, which is something that was apparently long lost interview that's been recently found. Davina McCall also shares her love for Doctor Who. And there's many other stuff in the Doctor Who magazine which you can pick up right now if you want to get your hands on the latest issue. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the official Doctor Who calendars, there's both a classic and a 50th Doctor version of the calendar that's going to be rolling out on the 1st of September this year, which will be available for those who want to get their hands on this year's Doctor Who calendar for 2025, featuring the 15th Doctor, or going for the classic version with all previous 14 Doctors involved. But apart from that, really, that's pretty much all the news, really, for Doctor Who. There isn't really that much in terms of news this time around. It's been really, I think everything. With the only real news really is the fact that we've got the episode titles. And mind you, they did talk about the fact that we have Hugo Award nominations for 2 episodes of the 60th anniversary that happened recently for Doctor Who, which is really nice. I'll leave that in the description if you want to read more about that. And they also announced some more cast members for this year's series, which I'll leave in the description if you want to see see some more cast members that have just been announced to be taking part in the upcoming series. And also the BBC abandoned plans to use in the AI due to complaints, which is kind of funny. So they kind of bounced back on it. So they've done a whole article about that recently if you want to see why the BBC bounced back on that whole idea. Apart from that, really, that is pretty much all the news really at this time. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will I'll hopefully catch up with all of you when there's more news to share, really. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.